Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there. A huge, new, exciting welcome in my new sponsor for Earn Your Happy, JennyKain.com. Find your forever pieces and get 15% off your first order. Go to JennyKain.com and use my code Lori at checkout.
Entrepreneurship doesn't create freedom. Structure in your business creates freedom. Systems, automations, clarity, like knowing those things, the structure is what creates the freedom.
Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of Light Pink, best-selling author, 3-time fitness world champion, and I'm a crazy, multi-passionate entrepreneur. My journey has taken me everywhere, from being a broke waitress, barista, retail associate, and personal trainer with massive anxiety and no belief in myself, to later becoming a multi-millionaire in love with my life. In 2007, my husband and I lost everything. We found ourselves hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt at rock bottom. We had no ideas and I had no education to fall back on. This is when I found personal development and learned everything I could about business. Not by choice, but because I realized no one was coming to save me. The conversations on this podcast are going to let you know that you're not alone and that we all feel like we don't know what we're doing. We're going to give you the tools to help you face your fears, take action, start your business, and grow those massive dreams that are keeping you up at night. It's time to create a life that you can't hide from and put so much on the line that your higher self is forced to come out. You're going to stop waiting for someone to approve of you and you're going to anoint yourself. Because I'm obsessed about building businesses that give women a platform platform, I want to feature you. So if you text the word podcast to 310-496-8363, you can get your questions answered on our Q&A segment along with a shout out. And if you rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, we're choosing someone every month to get coached and featured on our show. It just might be you. So let's get started. Jess, I'm so excited to have you back on the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Lori, thanks for having me. I love it. This is so fun.
Oh my gosh. Well, now you have a podcast too.
I do.
What's the name?
Dropped.
Tell me all the things. Just tell me real quick about launching it, starting it, all the feels.
Yes. So it's called Digital Business Evolution with Jess DeRose. It dropped 2 weeks ago. So we are live. Come listen. We're talking all things entrepreneurship, leadership, investing, working with your spouse, business mindset, you name it. And truth be told, I've wanted one for about 7 years. The reason I didn't actually do it was because so many people reacted the same way when they found out that I didn't have a podcast. And that was, oh, you don't have a podcast? How do you not have a podcast? And so put a lot of pressure on myself for it to be perfect and ready and new and noteworthy. And I just kept pushing it to the back burner. So now we have one.
What was like the deciding factor? What made you take the leap finally?
I think my team was sick of hearing me talk about it.
Yeah. Don't you love that? Like all good stories start with, you getting super fed up with your bullshit. For sure. That's totally like a lot of the reason why I started Light Pink. I was like, okay, if I think I'm supposed to be this like big founder, whatever the hell I thought I was supposed to be, it's like, that means I actually have to do it. Yeah. So now you're a podcaster and life is like freaking amazing. And now, you know what's so cool about this is like people really do. It's the best way to network and people come to you. And not just that, but like you have so much wisdom and you're such an amazing teacher, which is why I'm so excited to have you on again, because you truly have that like very deep teacher archetype that is so good with explaining things and bringing people through step by step and just sitting with them too. So it's not just like, look at me, I'm going to teach you everything. You're also just like, come with me. Look what I did. I'm going to sit here with you and we're going to learn this together. And I've gotten to sit in on many different times that you have been teaching. I've gotten to listen to different podcasts. I've gotten to see you in front of a crowd. And always I'm like, that girl is hands down one of the best teachers I've gotten to listen to. So from there, let's start because you have something coming out that's really, really cool. You have the Digital Business Evolution. That is a 3-day live experience. Yes. And why did you create this?
My team and I were so excited to put this together because we hear a lot of the same things and questions and entrepreneurs or coaches sort of getting stuck at the same spot. And we wanted to just put together an experience that could be fun for everybody, but also extremely helpful in their business, no matter what stage it is. So if you're in the ideation stage and you're wondering, is my idea even good enough? And this crazy, stupid idea I have, could it be something? Or if you're already working with clients, maybe you're already even making 6 or multiple 6 figures, we wanted to put something together that would help you craft an irresistible offer so juicy that it basically sells itself, because we just keep seeing the same sticky point for people. And that's around the sale of their offer. And it's really not the product that's the problem. It's the offer.
And you guys know she's an investor in Light Pink, and I'm definitely going to go have her help me craft an offer so irresistible that it sells itself. So I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to you around that time as well. So I love this because we watch people struggle all the time online. And you might have a great idea and you just don't even know because you don't have the people around you. You don't have the tribe. You don't have the network. So first of all, I want to start there. You said sometimes you don't even know if it's a good idea. Give me some ideas around how to know if it's a good idea.
Oh, I think the first thing would be, is it something that you could just talk about for hours and hours and hours? Is it a topic that just comes naturally to you? Does it light you up when you're talking about it? Is it something that when you go to a family party or reunion, someone comes up to you and says, Lori, I've been meaning to ask you this question, right? What's the topic that people are coming to you for? What could you talk about forever? And what's that sort of whisper or that nudge that just keeps coming up? It's like really annoying. Every time you try to quiet your mind, you're in a meditation, maybe you're laying in bed trying to go to bed at night, and it's just there.
Yeah, that's definitely where all of my ideas have come from, for sure. And I'm sure you also help people sort through those for the people like myself who have maybe lots of those.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way. I'm a visionary. I'm like, the downloads keep coming, and sifting through it is really important. So there's definitely different exercises that you can do to help you narrow down which one to sort of take action on first.
Okay, well, we're not going to do those now because we can do those if you join the 3-day live experience. You can figure that all out there. But let's get to the 3 core elements that you've created around this concept.
So what we've noticed with all the different people in our network, the clients that we've worked with in my own business, is that all of these quote unquote successful coaches and entrepreneurs have 3 core elements. And those 3 elements of their business are foundations. And for me, I'm like, go ahead, picture a Venn diagram here. So we've got 3 little circles. So we've got the foundational stuff, we've got marketing, and we've got sales. And another way that you could look at that really would be attraction, which comes in the form of both foundations and marketing, conversion, and then serving, which is the sale. So a couple different ways you can look at this, but foundations, marketing, and sales.
So these are our 3 core elements. So which one do you want to start with? Which one do you think, well, we should probably start with foundations, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
We start with that very, very smart one right there.
Perfect. So I think foundations, it's a couple different things. It's both the foundational side of your business, that is your legal and your financial. Do you have a business bank account? Are you set up legally? Do you have something like an LLC in place? Do you have contracts and disclaimers in place? And a lot of new entrepreneurs will sort of poo-poo this stuff or think, I don't need it yet because I don't have clients yet. And that can be extremely dangerous down the line, not to scare you, but it's one of those things where you should have those things in place first. It's not really a build it and they will come. You want to be prepared for that. So setting yourself up and treating yourself energetically like it is a quote unquote real business before it might feel like a real business is going to put you in a position later to allow you that sort of freedom that you're looking for.
So if you're like me, you're probably working from home and you struggle between rolling out of bed, looking crazy and being at your desk all day and never getting ready, or wanting to put on a power suit and full makeup and do your reels. But I've decided that for me, comfortable is the most important. So I've decided to look at the capsule wardrobe and get the capsule wardrobe, which is exactly what I need to feel refreshed and put together during the work week, especially for all of my coffee dates that I am putting into place with incredible women to make sure that I stay motivated. So to get started, I'm turning to Jenni Kayne, which is the ultimate destination for effortless everyday pieces that never go out of style. JenniKayne.com is sponsoring Earn Your Happy, and they're offering you 15% off your first order when you use code Lori at checkout. I recently tried Jenni Kayne's shearling mule slides that are so freaking perfect for running to the grocery store, wearing in my home office, or like I said, quick coffee dates with girlfriends and lunch dates. They're comfortable, practical, and of course, they're so freaking cute. I can hardly take it. You guys, they look good with everything. I wear them with skinny jeans. I wear them with my leggings. They look good with summer dresses. I'm telling you, they're adorable. Jenni Kayne is the definition of California cool. You know, I'm obsessed with California, and all of my wardrobe screams California because I love it. With effortless pieces, they will instantly make you feel like the best dressed version of yourself. Find your forever pieces at JenniKayne.com and get 15% off your first order when you use code Lori at checkout. That's JenniKayne.com, promo code Lori. And I'm telling you, I have been looking for the perfect slides forever. Go check them out. They're so cute. Let's get back to the show. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times either myself or someone else, especially I've seen a lot that, now that we've worked with so many different entrepreneurs. And in the beginning, you get in relationships with a lot of people that you know, or in your network or your friends, so you trust them. And I don't really think that most people are out to be bad or take advantage of you at all. But what happens is so many people don't sign contracts, or they're like, well, my friend worked with this person and I thought it'd be okay. Or you don't look over contracts well enough. And all of a sudden you're stuck in a 3 more months of a relationship that you are actually done with, or a year of a relationship, or something expectations were not laid out clearly. So I can't tell you how much it's going to save you so much time and money money in the long run, just because what it helps you do with contracts is get really, really clear on expectations on both sides for each party. So this is like one of the biggest learnings for me, and I'm still learning it. So it's really important. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Yeah. So there's a second piece in foundations I don't want to skip over, but super quickly, foundations would also be understanding your mission, your vision, your core values, because that's how you're going to ultimately make decisions in your business. And then also knowing, what is it that you do? What's your purpose? Who do you help? Right? Some people call it your I help statement. Who's your ideal client? Understanding your customer journey. All of those pieces are really part of the foundation. It's the thing that lays the groundwork before you start to build.
Clarity just gives you wings and freedom to go out there and really start the work, because I'm a visionary. We get so caught up. It's hard to even move on to next step. But I keep getting confused on exactly who I help or exactly what I do, because you can feel like you do so many things that if you don't have, sometimes just dialing it in with one clear sentence can actually free you up to go and move on to the next step. How many people have you seen get stuck in a logo or what the hell they do, like a tagline? Or it used to be business cards. I'm like, thank God we don't do those anymore.
Always. And I love what you said about freedom, because I think so many people step into entrepreneurship because they're craving freedom, time, location, career. And that's a misconception, right? We both know that entrepreneurship doesn't create freedom. Structure in your business creates freedom. Systems, automations, clarity, like knowing those things, the structure is what creates the freedom. So picking a niche and sticking to it and moving forward, and contrast breeds clarity. So over time, things will change, but it's sort of just make a decision and keep going. And then you're going to change it over and over and over.
See, I told you guys, she's good. All right. Next one, marketing, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So marketing really is a huge piece of business, which a lot of people confuse with social media. Social media is just one platform. It's one outlet in your marketing. Back in the day, if you had a brick and mortar, or even today, you would look into marketing. You'd have a marketing department. You have one with Light Pink. It's how are we going to bring this product to market? How do we get its message out to the world? How do we let people know what it is that we have? And now we're so fortunate. We don't have to take out ads in the newspaper. Or I'm a Jersey girl, so diners, always.
Love it.
And in the diner, you would have a paper placemat at your seat. And on the paper placemat would be all different ads from local like hair salons and stuff, right? So we don't have to do those things anymore, but we still can do those things. Instead, now we have social media, which allows us to have free marketing across many different types of platforms, different types of content. And so setting yourself up in a way that you're marketing your mission, whether that's creating content pillars or optimizing your different bios that you have, creating a free opt-in and building an email list, which is a list that you own versus a list that you borrow, like social media. So lots of different things in marketing. And the meat and potatoes of it is really creating that irresistible offer.
Okay, so this is where I can get really, really lost as well. I'm just now, after all of these years, starting to get clear, like, okay, what are my, and now that my business has changed, I'm in a whole new realm of like, what are my content pillars? What is this doing? What does this look like? So that has been helping so much of just even what am I going to create that day? But you're going to get lost if you sit down at your computer, right? Or your iPhone and you're like, what am I going to put out to the world today? Like, you're probably not going to end up posting, or it's going to be shitty and it won't get your point across because you're all over the place. And this is truly something that I have struggled with my entire career, is just being all over the place. So I love that it's really dialed in. How do you get people to like stick to these things? Are there things that they follow? I know you're talking a lot about structure and planning and, you know, let's say I go to the 3-day live experience. What am I going to leave with around that where I'm going to feel really dialed in on my structure?
Yeah. So we definitely have frameworks that we teach when it comes to content pillars.
Okay.
We go from a really big kind of a macro vision all the way down to a micro. And I break it down for you, everything from using Post-it notes or T-charts and brain dumps. And so I give you different ways that you can do it that will hopefully work for your brain, because we're all different learners. Yeah. Everybody's a different type of learner. So I want to give you different ways that you get to try on and see if it feels good. And then when it comes to offer, we're going to walk you through a whole process, because a lot of people, a lot of struggling entrepreneurs and broke coaches think that their product, the thing that they're selling, is what they should be talking about. When in reality, the product, the group coaching program, the course, the membership, that's actually just the vehicle. And we don't want to be selling the vehicle. We want to be talking about the island. And so we're going to talk all through that process and what that looks like to make sure that you're really selling the right offer and not just talking about your product.
Awesome. Let's get into the sales then. Let's talk about your third core element.
So sales is comprised of everything from, do you have an application process and a sales call process, to payment processing, pricing, onboarding, and my favorite part, which is launching.
Okay, so you're going to help me craft my offer.
Yes.
You're going to help me price my offer. You know how to look at my stuff and be like, well, here's the range of what it's worth and here's why. Here's how you can decide to price it. Let's know, how do you do all that?
Well, it is pretty in-depth, but we will talk absolutely about what would it look like if you priced at X or Y, and what are the reasons, what kind of gives you the right to price at a certain price point, and what are the things that you need to consider when you are pricing? Because there are different things that you want to consider, whether that's the industry standard, or maybe it's something like your hourly rate, or maybe it's just something like the deliverables that you're going to be giving when someone's inside your program.
What are some things where people get really stuck? Like, what are the places that you see people or who come to you? Because typically a lot of people probably find you once they've already made a lot of mistakes. So if you're listening to this now, hopefully you haven't made too many of them yet, but we all have. So where are the common mistakes that you see people make? Let's talk around the sale.
Around the sale would definitely be creating a product before selling it. And that feels really uncomfortable for people, because how could you possibly sell something that doesn't exist yet?
Right.
But that's one of the biggest mistakes, because people spend a lot of time and energy, potentially money, creating this beautiful program or this course or these PDFs or whatever that might be. And they actually haven't made a sale yet, which means they don't have proof in the marketplace.
I've definitely made most of my courses long after they were sold.
Yeah.
And if you're like, what the hell were you thinking? I actually heard this years and years and years ago. Brendan Bouchard, before he was on stage and someone spoke before him on this big stage that he got the opportunity of. And it was one of his, I think it was one of his first big speaking gigs. And someone before him started selling their product. And he was like, wait a minute. And he was like, all of these different people, it seemed like they wanted this product so bad. And he's like, wait, I don't have a product. So he literally made one up based off of what he teaches on and what he was speaking on, and threw a number on it. He felt crazy when he tells his story. He's like, that felt really scary and risky. Threw a number on it, sold a ton of them, and then had to go figure out how to make this course. Sure. And now, while that might sound absolutely nuts, was it nuts or was it super smart and opportunistic? And, with Bliss Project, we typically sell something, we put a name on it. We don't necessarily know what is all going to go into it. And we let the audience kind of tell us what their needs are based upon how the event went, based upon how my SurveyMonkey sheet comes back. What did they like the most? What concepts did they like the most? So I absolutely love that, because not only that, I got to tell you, it's the only way that my courses got done was that I had so much pressure on me, and in such a short amount of time, that we got that shit done so fast. I mean, of course you show up and you want to give your best, but also you just got to get it done. And you know what I think always happens to people? And I want you to weigh in on this one. I over-delivered way too much. It was too much content. I tried to cram too much in because I was so worried about not adding enough value, because it was one of my first courses, which was the Bliss Habit, that it was so overwhelming. It was hours and hours and hours. I don't even know if people really completed it or not. So tell me about that. Is that something that comes up a lot? Is people overdoing it?
Absolutely. And I bought the Bliss Habit. How funny. So long ago. I think I borrowed money for it.
I love you.
I was a broke teacher. Super common. Most people, myself included, and you can expect this for sure in this 3-part live training, most people do over deliver because we're so worried that we're not going to give enough. And what are they going to think? And if they don't have the transformation? And the reality of it is, I don't think that's a bad mistake to make, because what it gives you is an opportunity to actually get feedback. All feedback is neutral. That has nothing to do with you being a good person or worthy or loved, but that feedback is neutral. And you get to take that feedback and you get to make small, minor tweaks. So I know for us, we have our signature program that we run every year, a couple times a year. We're getting ready to launch our 15th class of it. And not one of the 15 classes has ever been the same, because every time we get feedback, it's too much information. It's not in the right order. It's not enough information. It would be helpful to have X, Y, Z. We just tweak it and alter it. So putting in too much information is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's super common for people to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy how much compared to when we moved forward. And of course, some of our programs are really robust, especially the higher priced ones. But typically for people who are newer, if you know that your demographic is you're teaching to people who are brand new or a concept that maybe they don't know, I always find airing with less is so much more because we love that dopamine hit of accomplishing things and like, oh, I watched the 3-minute video today. I'm so freaking awesome. And like, oh, I watched that Marie Forleo 5-minute video. Amazing. Like when I take her courses, I'm like, yes, I'm crushing it. But more than that, I really, it's just like, and when you really think about how you like to learn and just think of that and think of who your people are. Okay. Exactly who is this for right now if they're listening?
Anyone who has been interested in creating a digital course or program or product, getting into coaching, or anyone who's already in the coaching space and is looking to really optimize their business and make sure that they are doing everything in their power to make sure that it's running as smoothly as it possibly could.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. Tell me all of the things, all of the details. When, how do we join? What does this look like? Everything.
So you can join over at jessglazer.com/DBE live experience. So Digital Business Evolution Live Experience. You can drop that in the show notes. And we are running this on March 24th, 29th, and 31st. So the days are split apart so that you have time in between to implement, because I am a teacher. So you better believe you are getting a very juicy workbook to do with us. And so you'll be doing follow along worksheets and making sure that you have time to implement. We'll have a free Facebook community as well. So we'll do Q&As in there and make sure you're getting all the coaching that you need through this.
You are the best. Anything else that you want to add before we go?
No, I appreciate you and I appreciate everything you're doing with Light Pink. And I do have to just shout you out for a second and acknowledge you, because yesterday you put up a fire reel. You put up a reel all about acronyms. Yes. And I'm just speaking for everybody. We want more of that content.
Oh my God, I love you. See, you inspired me. I need to figure out all of my pillars. That's one of them, is just like informative around business. So there we go. Yep. Okay. Woman, I love you. I adore you. You're amazing. You guys go check it out. We put the link in the show notes as well. And for real, if this was something that spoke to you, she is one of the teachers that I trust the most. I really believe that you will fully understand everything that we just chatted about, even if it feels foreign. And yeah, go check it out. Go check out the link. Don't wait, because we all know that waiting really gets us nothing. It just gets us further behind from that big dream. So until next time, you guys, earn your happy. Bye, everyone. Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret, because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships, all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing, since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. And I want to make sure that you have my phone number, and I'm not kidding. Did you know that I have a community text number? For real. My phone number is 310-496-8363. This goes directly to my phone. All you have to do is text the word daily to 310-496-8363. And I literally text you every single day, Monday through Friday. I actually just got done 30 seconds ago texting a bunch of people back. And I talk to you all of the time. You guys, people always ask me how I got my community text number and how it works. Well, all you have to do is you can just go to community.com and get your own. Community makes it easy to get a phone number that you can use to build your audience using text. People just text you at your number and they're added to your group. Then you can text them out audios, video links, anything you want. You guys, I text out happy birthday videos. I love to send podcast links, thoughts about life, book recommendations, different events that I'm doing in the local area. Texting gets me out of the noise of social media and directly into your hand. And now you can start texting your people too. Just go to community.com to get your phone number. They give you a 10-digit real phone number, not those weird short codes that look like spam, but it's more than a phone number. Your new number comes with an inbox for SMS and texting. This means you can actually manage your text list from your computer and an app on your phone. You can schedule text to send at certain times and to certain groups. You can even set up auto replies or let your assistant or customer service team answer your text messages via Community's awesome dashboard. Just go to community.com and ask for a free demo. They'll show you how it works and get you your number. It's time to start texting your audience versus just posting on social media. Everyone uses Community for that. So go check them out at community.com. I can tell you it's not just great for communicating with my audience, but Chris and I use Community and our texts to also sell out our launches. I'm telling you, you get such an incredible response because you really are creating a true, deep sense of community. And it's so intimate. It's freaking amazing. Go check it out at community.com. Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently. And most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori.